Ever noticed how a small room can suddenly feel like it's trapping heat from every direction the moment summer hits? Today, we're breaking down the top 5 1,000 Euro BTU air conditioner picks that actually bring fast relief when the heat refuses to let go. Stay with us and check the links in the description so you can grab the one that fits your space. At number 5, EUHOMY 10,000 BTU, there's a certain kind of heat that doesn't just raise the temperature, it changes the entire feeling of a room. The air gets heavier, sleep gets harder, and even sitting still starts to feel uncomfortable. That's the exact problem this EUHOMY 10,000 BTU unit steps in to solve in today's top 5 1000 B0 BTU air conditioner lineup. Designed for rooms up to 450 square feet, it doesn't just cool in theory, it pushes real airflow at 400 CFM, actively forcing out that trapped hot air that lingers in bedrooms, apartments, and dorm spaces. The moment it starts running, you can almost sense the shift in the room's atmosphere, like the space is finally exhaling after holding its breath all day. What makes this unit especially practical is its 4-in-1 approach. It's not locked into one job. Cooling, fan, dehumidifier, and sleep mode all work together to adjust to different situations throughout the day. On humid days, it pulls out up to 61 pints of moisture, which changes everything, not just the temperature, but the way the air feels on your skin. At night, things become even more noticeable. Many portable units struggle with that constant background hum, but this one stays around 50 dB in sleep mode. It fades into the background instead of demanding attention, which is exactly what you want when you're trying to rest. There's also a built-in timer and smart thermostat system that quietly manages energy use in the background, adjusting rather than blasting constantly. Setup is surprisingly straightforward thanks to the tool-free window kit, making it friendly for renters or anyone who doesn't want a complicated installation process. It is slightly bulkier than ultra-compact options, but that extra size plays a role in its stronger airflow and better humidity control. This is the kind of trade-off that makes sense when comfort is the priority. For bedrooms, small apartments, and student spaces where heat builds up fast, this unit earns its place at number 5 by focusing on what actually matters. Fast, noticeable relief when a room becomes unbearable. At number 4, Feelfunn 10,000 BTU, some air conditioners struggle to keep up the moment summer stops being mild and becomes something you can actually feel pressing into the walls. That's where the Feelfunn 10,000 BTU portable AC enters this top 5 1000 BTU air conditioner list with a very practical mission restore comfort without overcomplicating anything. Built for rooms up to 450 square feet, it responds quickly thanks to an upgraded compressor that delivers adjustable cooling between 60 degrees Fahrenheit and 86 degrees Fahrenheit. It doesn't hesitate. It simply starts working and gradually pulls the room back into a livable state, especially in spaces where heat tends to linger after sunset. What stands out here is balance. The 3-in-1 system gives you cooling, fan, and dehumidifier modes, and each one plays a role depending on how the day feels. On humid days, it removes up to 52 pints of moisture, which helps reduce that sticky feeling that often makes rooms uncomfortable even when they're technically cool. As it runs, the noise stays under 50 dB, which makes a real difference in bedrooms or small offices. It doesn't completely disappear, but it stays controlled enough that you can sleep, focus, or relax without constantly noticing it. The design also leans into convenience. A clear LED display, remote control access, and a waterful alert system remove a lot of the guesswork. And when you need to move it between rooms, the 360 wheels make it feel surprisingly flexible for its size. It is a bit heavier than ultra-compact models, but that added weight supports more stable performance and stronger internal cooling flow. In a category where some units try to impress with complexity, this one wins by staying consistent. It's dependable, predictable, and built for people who just want a room that stays comfortable without constant adjustments. At number 3, Temprium 10,000 BTU, most people think heat is the main problem in a room, but in reality, it's often heat mixed with trapped humidity that makes everything feel worse than it actually is. The Temprium 10,000 BTU portable AC is built around that exact problem, and it brings a more modern, connected experience into this top 5 1000 BTU air conditioner lineup. Designed for rooms up to 450 square feet, it delivers airflow up to 360 meter cube per hour, working steadily to pull down temperature within minutes. But instead of just stopping at cooling, it focuses on real, everyday control that fits into how people actually live now. You can adjust settings through an app, use Alexa or Google Assistant, or simply rely on the remote. That flexibility changes the experience completely. You're not tied to the unit, you adjust it from wherever you are, even before entering the room. Its 3-in-1 system handles cooling, fan, and dehumidifying, removing up to 56 pints of moisture. That's especially noticeable on damp days when the air feels heavy and slow. At around 50 dB in sleep mode, it stays relatively quiet compared to many basic portable units, keeping nighttime interruptions minimal. It doesn't become invisible, but it does become easy to ignore, which is exactly what matters at night. The build is slightly larger, but that size supports better airflow stability and more consistent cooling performance over time. It feels engineered for steadiness rather than minimal footprint. In a world where smart control is becoming part of everyday comfort, this unit earns its position by blending technology with practical cooling that actually keeps up with real routines.
At number 2, SereneLife 10,000 BTU room doesn't always stay predictable. One moment it feels fine, and the next it turns into a space you can't relax in. That sudden shift is exactly where the SereneLife 10,000 BTU portable AC proves its value in this top 5 1000 BTU air conditioner list. Built for rooms up to around 300 square feet, it brings 1150 watt of cooling power combined with 360 meter cube per hour airflow. The effect is immediate and noticeable. It pulls down temperature and helps reset the room's atmosphere in a way that feels straightforward and familiar. Its built-in dehumidifier removes up to 1.2 liter per hour, which is especially important in humid environments where cooling alone isn't enough. The air feels lighter, not just colder, and that small difference changes how comfortable the space becomes. The 3-mode system gives you flexibility between cooling, fan, and dehumidifier modes, while the sleep function and remote control keep nighttime use simple and accessible. At 57 dBA, it is slightly louder than some competitors, and you can notice it more in very quiet rooms. But what it loses in silence, it makes up for in straightforward, reliable performance. Its freestanding design with wheels adds a layer of flexibility that renters and students appreciate. You're not locked into one setup, you move it where it's needed most. This unit doesn't try to overcomplicate anything. It focuses on being available, consistent, and easy to use when heat becomes a daily interruption.
At number 1, Aoxun 100 BTU, now we reach the top spot, and this one stands out for a very different reason. Aoxun 100 BTU isn't just reacting to temperature changes, it's designed to handle entire seasonal shifts, which is why it dominates this top 5 100 BTU air conditioner lineup. It supports both cooling and heating for spaces up to 450 square feet, which instantly changes how versatile it becomes. In summer, its 1000 BTU cooling power combined with 400 CFM airflow brings quick relief. In colder months, the 8000 BTU heating mode keeps the room stable without needing another device. That alone already sets it apart, but it doesn't stop there. The 5-in-1 system includes dehumidifying up to 110 pints per day, fan mode, and sleep control, making it far more adaptable than typical single-purpose units. It doesn't just respond to weather, it adapts to it. There's also smart temperature control that pauses operation when the desired level is reached, helping reduce unnecessary energy use. Auto swing and dual fan speeds distribute air more evenly so the comfort doesn't stay in one corner of the room, it spreads throughout the space. At around 55 dB, it's not the quietest option, but that sound level is balanced by its stronger all-season capability and consistent airflow performance. This is the kind of unit that makes sense for renters, small families, or anyone who doesn't want separate systems for different seasons. It simplifies everything into one setup that just works year-round. And that's exactly why it takes the #1 position. Not because it does one thing better, but because it does more things well enough to replace multiple devices entirely. So there you have it, the top 5 1000 BTU air conditioner picks, each bringing something useful depending on your space and needs. But if you're looking for the most complete solution overall, Aoxun stands out for its all-season flexibility and multi-function design. All product links are waiting in the description for quick access. If this helped you out, leave a like, subscribe, and stick around. We've got more detailed breakdowns coming soon. And remember, comfort isn't a luxury in summer. It's survival.